Hi Virgo, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your monthly money and career tarot reading for the month of October 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. Do keep in mind, of course, this is general, so just take what resonates. But as well, I do more than appreciate your love and support in the form of likes, comments, and of course, subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already. And to book a personal reading with myself, just reach out via email. Everything you need is down below in the description box. I'll definitely get that started for you. But I did channel two messages for you before pressing the record button. And the first one was money making machine. Money making machine. I feel like you're just motivated on a roll or continuing that way of being. But I just feel like as well, what was the second message? I do what I do and I do it well, okay? And I just feel like that's the vibe you're exuding, where you're showing people through your energy, your work, even potentially voicing it to certain people. I am doing it well, okay? This is why I do what I do, and this is how I do it, period. So I do feel like there's a bit of feistiness boiling beneath the surface potentially from certain frustrations you have had to deal with recently or are dealing with. I do feel like at times there are certain people that you don't necessarily dislike completely. Maybe you do, but they are just a bit annoying to work with, okay, even to live with potentially. You're just wondering why things can't be perfect at certain points, but Spirit will remind you that everything is the way it is at this time. And if we really need to make a change, let's reassess when need be, okay? But we have Wings and Watch coming out. I do feel like there are timely tasks taking place, okay? I'm being drawn right away to it's time to profit, okay? Your hard work is paying off and you're not the only sign. I do feel like you could have heavy Leo in your chart, but I do feel like you are seeing oneself putting in the work and then making the money due to it, right? But I feel like for some of you, you want to help people through your work or being pushed to ask oneself, am I helping people enough through what I do for work? I feel like there's cash to be made, paychecks to be expected, potentially bonuses to be expected. I feel like it's a month where there is a lot of divine timing taking place and people just don't get how you're getting things done in a way that they wouldn't have done it. And again, it's just you doing things your Virgo way and just, feeling like a different sign at certain points more so, but you have your other placements. And I really do feel like you're seizing the moments as I'm making my way through these messages. And I feel like you are doing well at being within the present moment. I feel like there's either a part-time job, a full-time job, you name it, where you are recognizing it has a timestamp, right? An expected ending, whether it's seasonal or whatnot. And I feel like you are just trying to seize the moments of bonding and just experiencing, right? And even just trying to seize the moment as far as making the money you can while you're there. But for some of you, I feel like you're trying to enjoy your work in general more so, right? Regardless of whether it's a full-time job, part-time job, business that you run. Some of you doing having multiple places, situations where you make income. Either way, I feel as if there's just a push to, or you're simply just trying to do your best to enjoy oneself more so. But I feel like there's, again, temporary work, being laid off, waiting period, stuff of that nature potentially coming into play or expected in the upcoming weeks, months. Okay, anyways, but with the Wings card, we're talking about rising above money issues. I feel like you're just surpassing any fears or doubts that you won't have enough. Some of you, if you're seeing a job come to an end or you're seeing something fade out of your situation, it's for the better. Just remember that. Even though you will see a significant drop in your income, there will be other ways to replace that, okay? Or there will be certain benefits because of it all the meanwhile. Now, I do feel like there's spiritual work being viewed, even if it's not yours. Some of you are spiritual workers, and I do sense that you are being pushed to recognize that your business is taking off, okay? It's taking flight in a very angelic way, a spiritually guided way. And some of you thinking about starting a business, having an idea that you've mulled over, tried to perfect, or just ready to put to use, and you're being shown a green light at this time to make it happen, okay, or get ready to do so. but I do feel like you are seeing oneself easily paying things off, or just feeling more confident about your financial situation, even if what we talked about over here was relevant for you. There's a taking charge way about you throughout the month, and it may take certain people by surprise if you're more so reserved in the work environment or through your business. But I do feel like you're standing proud and just doing what you got to do when you got to do it. Okay. But we have the Nugget card here as well. And that's a nice way to wrap up these three cards, because I really do feel as if in the midst of moments of slight concern, or just moments of you just having a lot to accomplish, a small increase comes in, whether that's a small increase of success for your business or for your job, or a bit of money to make you happier. There's a push to get your voice out there throughout the month, but do so strategically and trust your intuition. All the meanwhile, speaking up to a boss figure probably isn't going to do you any justice, but I do feel like you may do so anyways. For those of you in an authoritative position, I feel like your voice will be put to use and inspire, okay? But I do sense that you're giving people their honest assessment that they're meant to get from you, right? Giving people your opinion, to say the least. It could be part of your job, but I do feel like you are ready for a fresh start, or being pushed to embrace one, even if that fresh start involves a lighter workload, okay? It's okay to accept that healing needs to take place, but I really do feel like there's just a vibe about you where you want to build your career, even if it entails starting fresh in one way, shape, or form. But don't be surprised if you see feathers, okay? A sign from spirit that you're protected, that you're guided, okay? And whatever endeavors you're continuing or leaving behind or beginning, okay? And I really do feel like there's abundance to be experienced throughout this month. Let's continue and pull from the Gilded deck. Where did I put that? Bear with me. I do sense that there's points in the month where you feel a little bit on edge and therefore rush, because due to other people's expectations, or the feeling in the air, or even just what you've come to terms with in your mind, okay? Or made up in your mind. But I do feel like you will have other moments where you really just tap into your earth placement or placements. You could also have heavy Taurus in your chart, and you're just like, okay, I'm not rushing. I'm not rushing. I feel like it's not going to negatively affect the outcome of what you're producing and developing, or just the amount of money you're making, or even how people view you. I just sense that you're like, okay, whatever. I'm just going to do it my way. I'm just going to take my sweet time, or just stay chill in the process. But yeah, it does feel like at certain points you have a lot on your plate, okay? Could be why you're being pushed to lighten your load, or just say no to an extra shift. You may be pushed to think back to when you did that or someone else did in the past. But I do feel like you're being noticed, okay? They want me to take this one and this one. So these are good cards to start with, but I do feel like there's part of you that is expecting the worst. And we're going to put this one back. But I just feel like you are... Okay, no, we're going to take it. I feel like you're partially expecting the worst when it comes to whatever job that's meant to come to an end, or when it comes to acquiring a job, or when it comes to certain annoying people you're working with once again, or factors within your work environment, certain distractions, people being too outspoken. I feel like you're just needing to bite your tongue at certain points, or just keep it in perspective, focus on the positives, right? Remember, you're manifesting at this time, but I do feel like there's a lot of Virgos drawn to this reading that are prone to overthink, okay? And that's going to be highlighted at a certain point, so you can just keep things simple. But it's this vibe where it's a bit harder to keep things simple when you're working so much, right? A bit stressed, that maybe not getting the best sleep or enough. But I do feel like you are also realizing or remembering, I'm freaking overworked, okay? I'm overworked, but I feel like a lot of you took it on yourself, okay? So do remember that. But I do feel like there's a lot of progress taking place, a lot of spotlight attention, people watching you, seeing you vibing, thriving, looking good, glowing. I just feel like even if you're lacking quality sleep or just overworked, you're still glowing. You're finding small self-care routines coming into play, exercise, helping you feel better. And I just feel like you're showing off a little bit. Let's just put it that way, and as you should be. I do feel like things just are aligning for you, falling into place or falling out of place as they're meant to. The work you produce and develop and show off a little bit in regards to is successful. People see you as someone who's reliable, okay? Even if you at times think they don't see you that way, they do. There's a reason why you've been brought on board or have been kept on board, or just I just feel like you need to recognize that people are those whose opinions and views matter are seeing you in the right light, and those who are a little bit jealous, I feel they need to say, discard it, okay? Discard it. I feel like people know you're going places, okay? I sense that you are proud of the money you've made over the past months, and you have done a pretty good job of saving it, I feel the need to say. But I sense that a lot's coming towards you, okay? Could feel like a lot of expectations taking place when it comes to your job or your business, but I feel like in perspective, say it's for your day-to-day job, I feel like it could lead to a promotion or an upgrade in your position, right? A new department for some of you. And if it's for your business, I feel like there is a little bit of positive and negative coming towards you as far as praise and judgment or criticism, but I do sense that a lot of people are requiring your products or your product and or your services or your service, okay? So that's a positive right there. And I do feel like you're being pushed to simplify your mind when you feel very, very heavily focused on money, all right? The money that's coming in and going, and potentially your debt being on your mind. But I do feel like for some of you, you're thinking about the next upcoming step in your career, whether it's an expansion for your business, a new job for oneself, potentially, again, reaching for that new leveling up within the current company you're working for. You name it. Nature will be your best friend is what I'm getting. And you're being reminded that, one, you have with this King of Swords, the knowledge, the wisdom to do what you have to do, right? For work, for your business. But I feel like as well, you just have so much knowledge and experience and social skills at this point. I feel like especially from a recent opportunity in the social department to acquire a new job when need be, right? Or to take things to the next level. I just feel like you're inspiring people, whether you realize it to the fullest extent or not. But I do feel like there's a bit of a defensive vibe about you where you almost expect to have to defend your business or your work or the way you did something once again. But I'm being drawn to how everything's very similar in coloring to an extent. And then the King of Swords is very blue and purple. Colors like blue and purple, stuff of that nature. Nature, again, is going to be key for you. But I feel like water, those kind of colors, blue and purple, are going to feel very soothing to you. Anything that feels quite soothing, relaxing, eases your mind, your heart, and your soul, you're going to be pushed to embrace, as I do feel like there is a level of healing underneath it all that needs to take place from overworking oneself, okay? And those soothing aspects could definitely help you with just that. But it just feels like you're thinking back, okay, potentially to the past months, the beginning of a job or a business. It may be an important reflecting process to take place. They're saying, but don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. And I do feel like you're being pushed to keep one's mind strategic as far as who you update when it comes to your next moves. Even some people or one specific person you usually update may not be helpful with their judgments or their pushiness. Their opinions, okay, don't matter in the eyes of spirit. But I do feel like you are also being pushed to, at a certain point, take the rewards, take the applause, and just run with it, right? Some of you being pushed not to linger at work after your day is complete, okay, after your week is complete, to just keep it nice, separation between your personal life and your work life, even if you haven't done that previously, and to try to balance out the areas of your life. Work isn't everything, all right? And I feel like you just do need a bit of an emotional restart. Let's put it that way, okay? The past, the present, and the future coming into play in more than one way. Let's wrap up this reading by pulling a small money and career card or two. If I could even show it. That was so awkward. They said that was keywording for Virgo. They're now saying laugh it off when you slip up at certain points. Look at that. We're going to put this right here. Is that not how we started the reading? Star in the making, absolutely. Where I put that, you can see you're going to be thinking about how you're pushed to think about. Spirit could even give you a couple thoughts in regards to you being a star in the making in your own individual way. Taking charge, absolutely. And that's getting you noticed. Claiming your victory. What a beautiful reading. Okay, we have 3 more. Okay, winning money, beautiful. We'll put this one over here. So don't be surprised if you're winning money. Luck is on your side and career success. What an amazing reading, Virgo, if I could even say it. It is going to be an excellent month for you. Just take things step by step, day by day, and you will succeed, all right? So I hope this was truly helpful. Sending you so much love and light. Go enjoy the month, and I'll see you next time.